All right. Okay. Good morning. My name is George Marcello. I am the former CEO of Step by Step, and this morning I want to start off by first of all thanking you, Laura,
Thank you.
for once again helping us out with the media room here and playing an ongoing part with organ donations. So my part here, I shouldn't even be here today because I've mentioned it already a couple of times that I've stepped down from Step by Step, and I no longer am a functioning member, but I'm like, I guess, a doctor that's retiring. And when a doctor retires and he sees a situation in front of him, like if somebody's having a heart attack or choking on a piece of meat or something, his doctor mode will come out. So he's always a doctor. So in the same way, like I'm always still going to be a functioning person to help increase organ registration. And so it came to my attention recently that we can actually, there's a way that we can help the low rate of donation in Ontario with a plan that will consist of having a relationship between the City of Toronto and the Province of Ontario. And it's basically what we're calling it is the Toronto Challenge. In this plan, what we would do is, and I would have to look at all the legalities to see how things work at City Hall, whether it would be a bylaw or whether it would be something that could be done mandatory or non-compulsory. These things would have to be checked out. But some kind of bylaw or some kind of voluntary thing, which puts the onus on each member, each councillor for each of their ward to try and put as part of their mandate in their ongoing councillorship to register people in their particular ward as organ donors. Now, we've always said that not one person or one organization can tackle this shortage. We said everybody's got to be involved, and everybody has to be involved. That's the only way that we can tackle it. So by having each councillor with a mandate to register people in their ward, who knows better their community than the person in that particular ward, whether it has ethnic community in there or cultural or anybody that has ran to become the counselor or member of that community. They had to have direct communication with the people from. So they are the best people to actually find out, how can we register people in my ward? What can we do? And there is lots of suggestions.
Champions.
Exactly, become champions. And why we are calling it the Toronto Challenge is this can actually become something very healthy in now, because we have this registry. We can actually see how many people are being registered in each particular ward. Because you see, when you register, you use your OHIP card, and the OHIP card has the address. So if you go on beadonor.ca, you can actually see how many people are registering in different communities across Ontario. They have like a percentage, and these smaller towns are leading with like 51, 52% of the population are registered. Now, Toronto has only 16% people registered. And Toronto has 25% of the population in Ontario. So what we're saying is, you fix Toronto, you fix the problem. Because if we can get the rate of donations up to about 50% to be competitive with the other communities, our rate, which overall in Ontario is only 25%, will go up to at least 50%, which will make Ontario one of the highest organ donor rates in the world, or North America at least. So this is a fixable solution, but we need to get a working relationship between the City of Toronto and the province of Ontario to tackle this and to see. We can check with the Ontario legislative legalities because there could possibly be an act that could be implemented, possibly, we have to check this out, to direct the cities to engage in this. This would have to be checked out. So, I mean, we have to look at all the possibilities. And so what we're saying is that this is the best time right now to why I'm announcing this is because there is a race going on in Toronto, and I have talked to all the different candidates, and I've asked them if they would take this on as one of their platforms, and so I invited them to engage in today's events. Unfortunately, they have a debate, but there could be a future contact with me to see if we can engage in a debate or in a conversation about this. And I think that will definitely be a big step in the right direction, and so that it would not only help presently to help save Fatima's life, but the 1,600 people that are waiting. And so I'm hoping that, before the elections, that we get this in one of the issues during the mayoral candidacy. So with that, again, it's probably going to be perhaps my last time here, and I just wanted to say bye to Joe. It's been a pleasure over the years working with you. I mean, it's not work. I mean, it was always a pleasure to see you. And I'm now going to hand it off to the president of Step by Step, which is Khalid, who seems reluctantly still to fill in, but I'm sure he'll feel more comfortable as we go. Yeah, exactly. Because you should have seen him on the road, Laura, when we were on the Ontario. It was like you would have thought he was a professional. But because when you're not in the spotlight for some time, then it's hard to get used to it again. But once he gets back on the saddle, it'll come. So you'll be okay.
Yeah, thank you, George.
Okay.
Good morning. I want to thank MPP Laura Albanazi. In memory of my brother Ahmed, I want to help Fatima beg to receive her liver. So I'm gonna carry the torch of life for her, hopeful to find her gift to her, to find the liver for her. So thank you.
Good.
Well, and I'll say good morning as well. I am very pleased to be able to facilitate this press conference here at Queen's Park for Step by Step. And I have had a long relationship with George Marcello, who I've known through the years, and I respect tremendously all the work that you have done as the founder of Step by Step in bringing in this organization to where it is today. So I want to thank you for the work that you have done, and I'm also very pleased to welcome the new president and wish him well in all the events that we'll have in the future for this organization, in the hope to save lives such as Fatima's, who's now waiting for a liver transplant, a donor, and we hope that her story will have a happy ending. She's a young woman full of life that I've had the pleasure to meet personally, and she deserves to live that life fully. So we hope that she will find a suitable donor. The walk that we are doing today is a walk of hope, in the hope of finding that donor for her in order for her to fulfill her dream, which is just simply to live a meaningful life. And she's a young person, full of dreams and full of energy, and I hope that that will happen for her. I believe that your idea of finding champions for the cause of organ registration is really a commendable one. We have to find ways, and governments play a part in this, so we have to, as you say, find the right avenues. But I also believe that each and every one of us can be champions and can help in this. So you don't have to be an elected official. You could be a community leader. You can become a community leader, because all it takes is individual will to embrace this cause and to start talking about it. The first step is awareness. And the more we engage in this conversation, the more solutions we will be able to find. Today, we hope to find a solution for Fatima, and that's why we're here.
Thank you, Laura. Afia, would you like to come here and tell us how Fatima is doing, please?
Okay.
You may want to introduce her.
Oh,
as-
sorry, this is Afia Beg, who is Fatima's mother. Yeah, you can take that off, Afia.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
It was hard to put it on to begin with.
There you are.
Need my glasses. So hello everyone, whoever this is going to. My name is Afia Baig, Afiabaig, and my daughter's name is Fatima, Fatima Baig. Fatima has been for the last 3 years, she's been working to promote organ donation. She's made speeches, she has gone on social media, and I'm happy to say as of yesterday, 420 people had signed from her page, beadonor.ca/Fatima-Baig. But she's very sick now, because as liver, as I don't know if you know, if there's a kidney failure, they can put a person on dialysis. If there's a heart failure, they can put them through other assistive devices. With liver, really cannot do anything except just maintain. So obviously, as time is passing by, she has been listed for 3 years and soon to be 8 months. And she's getting very sick now. And this time, she's in the hospital. She's sicker than she has ever been before. Not only she's sick and her liver is failing, also she's in a lot of pain. I would think that that is the most difficult part for a parent. The part that the child is sick and the part the child is in pain is more difficult, and that's why I'm late today, because she's having a lot of pains and aches, a lot of complications of liver disease, more so in the last few days, and even she's been close to 3+ weeks now in the hospital. And everybody knows that she needs an liver right away, as soon as possible. And the issue is, I was just looking at the internet at some statistics actually yesterday, and I found out that basically the number of deaths in Ontario, and it was really, really amazing. I looked at it once before also, that in just 2013, the number of deaths in Ontario is 93,755. And the only number of people waiting for an organ were 1,500. So and we know that not everybody who signs up can become a donor. If you cut it into half, maybe 40%, and if you say, okay, the remaining 40%, not everybody will be able to save 8 lives. Still, there's so much difference. It was like 1.6% only organs were needed to save all those and get a transplant for all those 1,500 people. So it's not that signing up for a deceased donor means that, God forbid, somebody's wishing for people to pass. But so many people, when the time comes, they pass, but they haven't made the arrangement. That's the biggest challenge and scenario, that if even half the people sign up, nobody will have to wait, nobody will have to suffer. And I also want to add that always we see, me and Fatima used to see before when she was well, there are at least 20 people between the age of 0 to 17, always. And 30 plus people always under 30 years of age. Or not just old people are waiting, so many young people are waiting. I was coming across and I saw a very young lady, she must be in her 20s, and she just had a heart transplant. And she was doing so well. Fatima's situation also is that And before that, I just want to commend the doctors. They're doing such a good job. They're working so hard with her. They're trying to do whatever they can with her. They're treating her so aggressively, but they cannot provide a liver. They cannot manufacture a liver. They cannot make an organ. And they are frustrated many times at that situation that they want to help, they cannot help. So her thing is also her liver is B. And Bs are the 7% here, and Bs are mostly in the ethnic immigrant people who do not like to sign up for some reason. And they think, sometimes they think it's against their religion. Sometimes even the scholars have all said it's okay. They just are too scared to do that. The strange thing is, there was this article on Fatima on Toronto Star recently. Somebody commented and said, don't sign up. They're going to take your organs before you die. So strange. People have weird misconceptions, weird myths in that, and we have to do that. We have to work on that. And when Fatima was 2 years into waiting for a transplant, me and her decided we're going to raise awareness. And in between being at the hospital, in and out, she made speeches, she did everything else. And once actually, she made a speech at the walkathon for Credit Valley Hospital, Mississauga, and she was in the hospital. So we took 2 or 3 hours past, and she went and made the speech. So she has worked as hard as she could whenever she could, and now she's not able to work anymore. So it's up to you. We want the media to please go ahead and raise awareness. And Fatima has just turned 21 in the hospital now. And she hasn't been able to complete high school. She wanted to become a nurse, so many ambitions. It's not just a girl who is going to sort of waste her life. She is very smart. She's very full of life. She wants to live her life to the fullest, and she wants to do something in the community. So what you have to do for us is to raise awareness for people that please sign up for organ donation. And you're going to pass anyway, your organs are going to go to waste anyway. It's going to help save lives of so many young children, so many young people like Fatima. And if you do it right away, ASAP, as soon as possible, we are hoping that Fatima will get a liver in time. That's my appeal to you. Anything else that you want me to say, I can, if any questions, but that is the main thing. And today, believe me, I feel so bad. She's so always into this stuff. She's so much in pain because of stuff. She's not even able to sit up today. And she was sleeping, I just came over because I didn't want to wake her up. If I would wake her up, she might say, don't go, because she wants me. So it feels bad. And obviously my hope, obviously with God, I'm a religious person, but also that God also says that people should do something to change their destinies. And we need to do something. And that's why I'm here to try to ask people to do something. And now it's for the community to see how much you can do and how much you can help in this situation. And maybe, I think things happen. Maybe everybody, all the media takes it over. Maybe people start signing like anything. And maybe Fatima will get a liver in time. Maybe all the people will get the organs in time. So that's what I want to say. If there's anything else you want me to add, George, you can. That's my basic appeal.
Thank you. Very well said.
Just excuse me a second. I spoke too fast, but I'm so short of time, I feel, and so frustrated many times that I try to say as much as possible in the short time.
You've said it
Sorry
well.
about that. Yeah.
You've said it well at the perfect speed too. Are you with Global? Oh, City TV?
CTV.
Oh, CTV. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware, but after this, we're going to be going out.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, that's great. We're going to gather, so you're clear, we're going to gather at that island just south of University and College, that strip in the middle. And people are going to start arriving between 12 and at exactly 12:30, we're going to light the torch and we're going to lead the procession on the west side of the University. And we'll go as far as Dundas, cross Dundas, and then come up north on the east side of University. And then we're going to stop in front of the Toronto General Hospital, and we're going to gather on the island, and we're going to show the torch to Fatima, who's going to be hopefully
She's able to sit in the
depending
window.
on how
Yeah.
she feels, she'll come to the window to see the torch of life, and hopefully we can help her, give her more strength to continue living. And I'll be there, so
Yeah.
anything that you'll need.
We're expecting quite a bit of people from her Fatima, extended people that we know, friends and family. I just want to add one more thing. We are from South Asians also, especially South Asians do not donate that much, and lots of people are trying to raise awareness, even a Punjabi community group, and we are also. What I need people to understand that, especially for those groups, if you don't sign up for organ donation, if your loved one needs one, you don't get one. because it's the rarest here. Bees come very, very rare. If we want the people who are of the blood group which are rare here to receive organs from whoever, their child, their other family member, they have to step up and sign up, and they cannot expect organs to drop from anywhere. If you're not signing up, you're not getting them. That's what people need to understand. And nobody wants to be on the other side of not being able to get an organ. And that's what Fatima said in many of her speeches also.
That's correct. Well, thank you, CTV, because now this message is going to be able to reach more people. And we also have a loudspeaker.
Okay, yeah,
that
we
we'll
will.
be
We
able
will.
to
As
use.
people will come, I'm
And
hoping they'll come
so-
exactly at 12.
You know, it's for Fatima's hope and all the rest of the people that,
Yeah.
that are waiting. But
And also Fatima's hope is, I'm sorry, I forget something. Hope is that so many people sign up for organ donation that she and everybody else waiting would get an organ in time. That's what Fatima's
that's
hope
what
stands
the hope
for.
is. Perfect.
Thank you so much for
Okay, well, we'll start making our way. You got time for a lot of things, coffee, meals.
that. I'm hoping them to come exactly at 12 because they're leaving.